You show up on time. You meet your deadlines. From the outside, you look like you have it all together. But inside, your mind is racing with worst-case scenarios. You're exhausted from overthinking every detail. And you can't remember the last time you actually felt relaxed. This is high-functioning anxiety. And the reason you might not recognize it is because you've been praised for it your whole life. Today, we're breaking down 5 signs that your productivity and perfectionism might actually be anxiety in disguise. And more importantly, what you can do about it. Let's dive in. First, let's clarify what high-functioning anxiety actually is. It's not an official diagnosis in the DSM-5, but it's a term mental health professionals use to describe people who experience significant anxiety symptoms while still maintaining their responsibilities and appearing successful. Here's the tricky part. Society rewards high-functioning anxiety. You get promoted for being meticulous. You're praised for never missing a deadline. People call you reliable and responsible. But underneath that polished exterior, you're struggling. Your nervous system is constantly activated. And because you're functioning, people assume you're fine. Even you might assume you're fine. So, let's look at the signs you might have missed. Sign number 1. You struggle to truly rest, even during downtime. You're on holiday, but you're checking work emails. You're watching a film, but you're also organizing your to-do list in your head. Someone tells you to relax, and you genuinely don't know how. Here's what's happening. Your anxiety has convinced you that productivity equals safety. Your brain has learned that staying busy keeps bad things from happening. It's like your mind believes that if you just plan enough, control enough, and do enough, you can prevent disaster. This is called safety behavior. Your anxiety tricks you into thinking that constant vigilance is what's keeping your life from falling apart. But the truth is, your life isn't held together by your anxiety. It's held together despite it. The cost? You're running on empty. You might notice you get ill during holidays because that's when your body finally crashes. Or you feel guilty and restless whenever you're not being productive. Rest feels selfish. Downtime feels dangerous. If this resonates, pay attention. This is anxiety, not ambition. Sign number 2. You overprepare to the point of exhaustion. You spend 3 hours preparing for a 10-minute conversation. You create backup plans for your backup plans. Before any event, you've mentally rehearsed every possible scenario, including all the ways things could go wrong. On the surface, preparation seems smart. And some preparation is healthy. But high-functioning anxiety takes it to an extreme. You're not preparing because you want to. You're preparing because you're terrified of being caught off guard, looking incompetent, or making a mistake. This is driven by something called anticipatory anxiety. Your brain is trying to control an uncertain future by gaming out every possibility. The problem is, life is inherently uncertain. No amount of preparation can eliminate that. Here's how to tell the difference between healthy preparation and anxiety-driven overpreparation. Ask yourself, do I feel more confident after preparing, or do I just find more things to worry about? Healthy preparation has a stopping point. Anxiety-driven preparation is a bottomless pit. You finish one task and immediately think of 3 more things you should do to be ready. If your preparation feels compulsive rather than empowering, that's your clue. Sign number 3. You're terrified of letting people down, so you say yes to everything. You take on projects you don't have time for. You stay late to help colleagues even when you're exhausted. You apologize constantly, even when you haven't done anything wrong. The thought of someone being disappointed in you feels unbearable. This isn't about being kind or generous. This is anxiety using people-pleasing as a coping mechanism. Here's the logic your anxious brain is following. If everyone likes me and no one is upset with me, then I'm safe. But people-pleasing doesn't keep you safe. It keeps you trapped. You end up overcommitted, resentful, and exhausted. Your worth becomes tied to how useful you are to others. And the cruel irony, the more you try to keep everyone happy, the more you abandon yourself. This often stems from early experiences where love or approval felt conditional. Maybe you learned that being good or helpful was the only way to avoid conflict or rejection. So now, your anxiety drives you to earn approval constantly. The truth is, disappointing people sometimes is part of being human. Healthy relationships can handle you having boundaries and limits. If saying no causes someone to withdraw their care, that tells you about them, not about your worth. Sign number 4. After every social interaction, you replay it in your mind, looking for mistakes. You sent a text 3 hours ago, and they haven't responded. You're convinced they're upset. You made a joke at dinner, and now you're analyzing everyone's facial expressions. Did they laugh genuinely? Did you overshare? Should you not have said that? This is called post-event rumination, and it's exhausting. Your anxiety makes you hyper-focus on any moment that felt awkward or ambiguous. You dissect conversations like a detective looking for evidence that people secretly dislike you. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain has a negativity bias. It's wired to look for threats and problems because evolutionarily, that kept us alive. But in social situations, this bias makes you magnify any small awkwardness and completely dismiss positive interactions. Someone could compliment you 10 times, and you'll obsess over the one moment they seem distracted. Your anxiety cherry-picks evidence that confirms your fears, whilst ignoring evidence that contradicts them. The antidote? Notice when you're doing this. When you catch yourself replaying an interaction for the 5th time, ask, is this thought helping me? Or is it just anxiety spinning its wheels? Then consciously redirect your attention. Most people aren't analyzing your every word nearly as much as you think they are. They're too busy worrying about their own awkward moments. Sign number 5. You have physical symptoms you've been ignoring. Your shoulders are always tight. You clench your jaw without realizing it. You have tension headaches, stomach issues, or unexplained fatigue. You might have trouble falling asleep because your mind won't shut off, or you wake up at 3 a.m. already thinking about tomorrow's tasks. High-functioning anxiety lives in your body, not just your mind. When you're in a constant state of low-level stress, your nervous system never fully relaxes. You're running on adrenaline and cortisol, which is fine in short bursts, but destructive long-term. The tricky part is that you might be so used to feeling tense that it's become your normal. You've forgotten what true relaxation feels like. Your body is trying to tell you something. Those headaches, that tight chest, that chronic exhaustion, those aren't random. They're your nervous system waving a red flag saying, we need to slow down. Ignoring these signals doesn't make them go away. It just means they'll get louder until you can't ignore them anymore. That's when burnout happens. Start paying attention to where you hold tension. Check in with your body throughout the day. Are your shoulders up by your ears? Is your jaw clenched? Are you breathing shallowly? These physical symptoms are information. Listen to them. So, if you recognized yourself in these signs, what now? First, know that high-functioning anxiety is treatable. You don't have to live this way forever, but it does require unlearning some patterns that have probably been with you for years. Here are your starting points. 1. Name it. Just recognizing, this is anxiety, not reality, creates space between you and the anxious thoughts. 2. Challenge the belief that your worth depends on productivity or pleasing people. You're valuable simply because you exist, not because of what you do. 3. Practice doing nothing, literally. Set a timer for 5 minutes and just sit. Your anxiety will scream at you. That's okay. You're teaching your nervous system that rest is safe. 4. Consider therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy and somatic approaches are particularly effective for anxiety. You don't have to figure this out alone. 5. Start setting boundaries. Say no to one thing this week that you would normally say yes to out of obligation. Notice that the world doesn't end. High-functioning anxiety convinced you that your worth depends on your performance. But the truth is, you're already enough. Your value isn't something you have to earn. Remember, this video is for educational purposes and isn't a substitute for professional mental health care. If you're struggling, please reach out to a therapist or counselor. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing to Mindfully Regulated. We break down psychology and mental health concepts so you can understand yourself better. Take care of yourself. You deserve rest, not just productivity.